Havana, Cuba is the most closely surveilled city in the Western Hemisphere, with Cuban officials monitoring every move of American diplomats. This is one thing that U.S. lawmakers and State Department officials fully agree on. But it makes the still unexplained nature of the health attacks on 24 American diplomats and staffers in Havana even more perplexing to the U.S. investigators on the scene, including the FBI. Cuba denies any involvement and says it does not know who is responsible. Officials told a Senate hearing they are still investigating various potential causes for the attacks, many of which were accompanied by an audible sound or ear pain.
I think there's viral, there's ultrasound, you know, there's a range of things that the technical experts are looking at.
State Department officials say the symptoms of those affected most closely match those associated with a mild traumatic brain injury.
The consensus was that the patterns of injuries that had so far been noted were most likely related to trauma from a non-natural source.
President Donald Trump has partially reversed former President Barack Obama's opening to Cuba, and Washington has recalled a number of non-essential diplomats and their families from Cuba and expelled 15 Cubans from the Cuban embassy in Washington after the attacks. Senators said they were just as mystified by the bizarre attacks as American investigators.
Whatever happened to these people happened as a result of some sophisticated technology that, quite frankly, is so sophisticated we don't understand it.
Rubio suggested rogue elements within the Cuban government could be responsible, or a third country such as Russia, which might stand to lose from closer U.S. ties with Cuba. He said it is hard to believe that in a tightly controlled state like Cuba, the government does not know who did it. Cindy Saine, VOA News, the State Department.